in Illustrator. So first thing, set up your file the way you usually do using your desktop, the way you set it up. Now we're going to go File, Place, and choose your trade template. Click in the top left hand corner. In the layers, click on the list and choose template. That locks it. Create a new layer. File, Place. I'm going to put our Pant reference image. Click on that. Transparency, choose somewhere around 65 for that. Move it into place. Use your keypad arrows to line it up. To scale, hold down Shift. We're on the black selection tool, or V on the keypad. Squish it in. It's a little short cigarette pant. That looks right on the left hand side, which is the important one. Actually, I might make it a little bit smaller because it's quite a tight kind of pant. This one, yeah, it's better. Lock the layer, make a new layer. This is our drawing layer. To name the layers, double click, draw. Alright, now drawing, we need to make sure that we have no fill but black stroke. What I've got is the swap, so I click the swap arrow there. Now we need to see our rulers. Rulers, show rulers. Everything else is pretty much set up. Drag a ruler out to sit dead center. Press Z to zoom in. Get the black selection tool, move it exactly over the middle. Go View, Guides, Lock Guides. Okay, ready to go. Command minus to zoom out. So now we're going to draw, and because we've used the ruler we've lost our colour, so we'll just click on our stroke box to bring it to the front and click on the black little icon there. Get our pen tool or press P. So we're going to copy the photographic shape rather than the figure this time. Keep it a little bit flatter. Click to the hip, hold and drag, and line up your handlebars with the continuing line. Click down to the knee, drag it up a little to just sort of scoop it in just above the knee around here, and then click to the hem. I'm going to click down to the centre. Actually, I'll make a straight line initially. It's probably easier to add a pointer there. Click back up to the centre of the crutch and drag so that you create a little curve just at the top of the crutch rather than through the leg. Let go. Click on the black selection tool to deselect. Now we're going to add a point. So in your pen tools, we want to get our plus tool, and if you hover, your guide will show you when you're in the middle. And now we need a white selection tool. Click on that point and use your keypad arrow to angle it down. We're going to draw a pleat line, so the pen tool again. Click in that middle of the hem, hold down Shift. So the pleat goes up to about the bottom of the fly. Click to there. Over in your stroke panel, bring it down to 0.75 points. So remembering our outline is always thicker than our internal detail. Now we're going to draw the waistband. So we use a rectangle just to make the shape. So same width, just drag it out. We can go all the way across because we need to use our curvature tool just to curve it down a little. So click in the middle of the pant, waistband, and make the top and the bottom parallel curves. Get the white selection tool and drag in, whoops, deselect it first, and drag in the top of the waistband. It's got a little bit of a curve going on here. We're just going to push in those handlebars to keep it flat, because that's really what's happening there. It's a very flat sort of path. Zoom in so you can see what's going on there. We're just going to line it up a bit better. It's very hard to line up things unless you're zoomed right in. We're going to cut that path, so the cut tool is under the eraser, or press C on the keypad. We're just going to cut a little hole out of the waistband line. Just get rid of that little corner there. Now we're going to join, actually before we do that, we'll go to the middle and we'll cut in the middle. So the reason we're cutting in the middle is because it's easier just to copy reflect the image. We're going to select the right hand side, which we don't want, and delete that keypad. Come back over. So now what we're going to do, zoom in, we're going to get our join tool, which is under this tool, shaper tool. Right click, join tools at the bottom, just rub over those 2 points to join them. You get a much cleaner line that way, and drag your seam for your waistband out. Just checking that the outline is 1. No, it's gone down to 0.75. Just bump it back up to 1. Okay, zoom out, Command minus. We're going to do a belt loop. Get your black rectangle tool, or press R, click and drag out like that, and just hover over a corner to get that rotating just a little slightly like that. We're going to fill it with white because we don't want to see the seam through there, so just click on the default icon or press D, and we'll make sure that it's 0.75 again, something like that. We're going to draw the side profile of another, well, it's the waist belt loop, but it looks more like that from the side. We're going to make sure that we don't have a white fill. Click on the white fill and press / or click on that icon there. So because on the side you're actually looking at the side-on view, so we're going to draw in a pocket. So, well, actually we'll do that later. We'll put in everything that we need for the front and the back view, and then we'll worry about the rest later. Actually, we'll copy reflect it before we do that. So Command 0 to zoom out, black selection tool, select everything, and press O for Oliver, hold down Option, click on the ruler line, vertical, copy. There we go. Zoom in on the waist. Now we're just going to join all centre points. We'll just deselect everything to begin with. Get our join tool, rub it over there, rub it over there, and rub it over the crutch. Okay. Now, zoom out again. So this is our basic sort of pant shape. We're also going to use that for our back. So actually we will put in that seam. So on the front it's actually an opening, but on the back it's a seam. But anyway, we'll just go click in the top of the centre waistband, hold down Shift, click to the crutch, 0.75, perfect. Okay, zoom out, Command 0, black selection tool, select everything, hold down Option, and grab it by a point and drag it over the image at the right. Zoom in to check that it's lined up fairly well. It'll do. Click it over a bit. Alright, so we'll go back to our front view. Okay, so now we just need to draw that fly. We're a little bit over, so we'll just sort of bring it in a little tad here. Hold down Shift, so the way fly works is sort of straight line to about there, and then the bottom of it, where it curves back in to the centre front, is slightly curved. It's not a huge curve, it's sort of a long kind of curve, more of an oval if it was a full shape. And press P to deselect. We're also going to draw a pocket. Oh, should have put the reflected pocket in. Anyway, it's not ideal, but we can fix that. Whenever you're drawing a pocket, always think, can a hand fit in the pocket? So that one. So we'll copy reflect it. We'll use the centre front line again, hold down O, press Option, click on the centre front, choose copy. Whoops, that didn't work. Okay, that's because I didn't deselect it. Then you select it, then you press O, hold down Option, click on the centre front, copy. There we go. So the front, we need to turn our fly into stitching. So click on in stroke panel, click on dashed and type 2 into the dash box and 2 into the gap and make it 0.5 points. There we go. Now back, we've got 3 belt loops and we've got a dart. If we look at how it's made, it's actually not symmetrical in the actual photo. So what we'll do is we'll select this dart with our black selection tool, and on our keypad we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and same on the other side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we're going to draw a dart. So I'm going to draw it on the inside, and your dart never really comes in the same place as another thing that's being sewn, only because of all the bulk. So we'll just sort of draw it just to the side there. Select it. We'll drag out a ruler to our centre front line, centre back line, sorry. Oops, so easy. That was wrong. I'm going to move that guide. I'm going to go View, Guides, Unlock Guide so I can move it. Use my keypad arrow. I might even zoom in on this one because it's not moving very small increments. So there we go. Now select your dart, press O on the keypad, hold down Option, click on the ruler, press copy. Okay, now our centre back belt loop, just hold down Option, select it with the black selection tool, move it over, hover over the centre back seam, line it up and bring it to the front. Shift Command forward bracket. There you go. And then we just have to draw this pocket. The dart's a little bit in the way, so what we'll do is we'll move it out of the way to about there. Now we're going to use our rectangle tool to draw our pocket. So we want it the same length. Drag it out, something like that. We don't want a white fill, so just get rid of the white fill. Check that it's 0.75. Move it off a tad. Now we're going to draw a line through the middle of it. Again, your guides should indicate where the centre is. You can hold down Shift to get a straight line across. And that line should be 0.5. Okay, now we're going to put our button on. So button is the ellipse tool, or L. So if you want to make something from the inside out, you hold down Shift and Option and you click and drag. That can help, you know, if you're a bit stuck. We're going to bump that up to 0.75. We're going to move it down a bit because we don't want it absolutely flush with the pocket. May actually make it a little bit smaller, so I'm going to select it with the black selection tool to squish it in a bit. And now I'm going to draw a belt loop. So a belt loop is about half the length of the belt. You'll notice I started it on the outside of the circle because as I clicked over this, held my pen tool over the circle, it made a minus sign, which means it would have minused that point out of the button, which I didn't want. Okay, so now we're just going to centre this with our pocket. So we select everything and we go Window, Align, and choose Centre. There we go. Command 0, just have a look at everything, and that all looks pretty good. So at the end you just turn off everything. You can delete your rulers if you like, and we're done. Thank you.